Welcome back, everybody. Next episode of The Inner Circle is right now. We were going to review Mortal Kombat since it comes out tomorrow, but we're supposed to have a video up by 2 p.m., and we're not going to have time to do that, so we're up at 2 a.m. right now to talk about a little movie called The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. Clayton, what did you think?
I don't know what to think. I don't think I did much thinking. And I don't know what to say.
Oh yeah, and by the way, we're featuring our friend Eric tonight. Eric, what did you think?
That the movie essentially is summed up in the opening credits. That's totally not taken from Star Wars, in the sense that Buckaroo Banzai, the titular character, is essentially has a destiny that's taken in many directions, and none of those directions make sense or are good.
Yeah, you know, there's a point where you read in the credits, he's a neurosurgeon and a physicist, but then as the movie progresses, we find out that he's not only those two things.
He's a musician, a weapons expert, an all-around combat specialist,
A samurai.
A practitioner of Bushido, yeah.
Yeah, samurai.
That he never uses those skills.
His dead girlfriend was the Queen of the Netherlands.
Yeah, he was dating Queen of the Netherlands, which is interesting.
Oh, and he's friends with the President of the United States.
And he calls the President of the United States up on the phone to casually chat over, like, beer.
Even though the president's hospital bound to a bed.
Yeah, the president has, like, back problems, and they made a big deal of it, and he's only in 2 scenes, but his little back machine goes, woo, spins like...
They designed, like, a whole contraption, like this whole set, just to establish that the president has back problems, and he's in 2 scenes, max.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really interesting. Really interesting.
With the ability to apparently sign the declaration of the war?
A declaration of war, which, yes, I do not believe the president has the ability to do that.
I think before we go any further, we should at least try and explain the plot.
There is no plot.
There really is no plot, but...
There's a plot, but it doesn't make any sense.
Buckaroo Banzai can jump between the 8th dimension and the world we live in. And aliens could also do that.
Or escape because of that.
Or something.
He essentially, because he breaks the dimensional barrier, he gets caught up in an alien race war.
Between the red and black electroids, who, for some reason, the black electroids happen just to all be black Jamaican Rastafarian people.
And they all have this first name, John.
The red ones do, yes.
Well, both the red ones and the black ones.
Oh, yeah, you are
remember
correct.
John Parker.
John Parker.
Yeah.
Yes, John Parker. John Smallberries. And John Big Booty.
It's Big Booty.
Yes, but as he is apparently referred as John Big Booty.
Yeah, but the character also, like, corrects people. He's like,
yes,
Big Booty.
Yes, and it has a very ensemble cast of a lot of people that you wouldn't expect, but all go on to do, for the most part, pretty decent, great things.
Some pretty high-profile people. You got Peter Weller, who's famous for RoboCop, and then Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Clancy Brown, who we all know as the voice of Mr. Krabs.
Yes.
And then, who else? Oh yeah, Christopher Lloyd from Back to the Future. Yeah, this is a pretty stacked cast for a really bad movie.
With various themes, like the Jamaican accents were terrible. I couldn't hardly understand them. Christopher Lloyd was doing a voice the whole time, which I was just not, or the main villain was just doing a voice that I could barely understand. And I couldn't tell if he was going for a German accent or something else.
Okay, so Buckaroo Banzai's dead girlfriend's twin sister happened to be at the club he was playing music at with his rock band, who was also his action team. And she was there drunk and suicidal, and we're never told why. But he can tell that someone's crying in the crowd when he's playing an epic trumpet solo while he's looking down and never looked at the crowd once the whole scene. Because they're in the dark shadow anyway. He can tell someone's crying. He stops the performance. She tries to kill herself. They stop her. And then she joins their action group, and it's never brought up again.
And her name is Pretty Penny.
Penny Pretty.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
That's honestly, this movie is quite terrible, but it does have a couple funny scenes. Most of the time, it's the meta scenes in that scene. And it's pretty bad. but it stands out as a couple funny things, mostly that kind of make fun of the movie itself with like kind of meta fourth wall breaks.
I mean,
What?
it's mainly a collection of moments that just don't fit together, don't make any sense, and are absolutely ridiculous.
Well, it's confusing because background characters will point out how stupid it is while it's happening.
Yeah, and that's hilarious.
But
That's the meta part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's meta or if they were trying, because it doesn't feel meta. It feels like they were trying to write it like these are real people, but like everything is so wacky about
that
it
much credit in this
where
movie?
none of that comes across.
The best part of this movie is the sequel bait at the end. The
Which-
sequel that never happened.
Not until we recently learned right before the movie, the filming.
Yeah,
That-
apparently there's a comic book now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I guess we might have to review that as a special
No.
edition one time.
No,
No?
No.
Yeah, he wanted to review Goonies.
Yes.
I love the Goonies.
Maybe next time, Clayton.
Yes.
God, I love the Goonies.
Yeah.
Goonies are like, that might be a perfect movie. Like, if I think of a good adventure movie, literally the Goonies. It gets nothing wrong. It hits every beat perfectly. Has an amazing soundtrack. The cast is stacked with like actually good actors actually trying.
Well, you mean like teenage Josh Brolin?
Yeah, Sean Astin's incredible.
Corey Feldman?
Corey Feldman's great. He has that rant about quarters in the well, and it's really, it's like, damn man, I want to give up to. It's really great.
I want to give up after watching this movie.
I was about to say, is this an Inner Circle on Buckaroo Banzai?
No,
and
this is something.
what is the Hong Kong Cavalier?
Yeah, it's the name of his band / adventuring group.
Yes,
Yeah.
which they can apparently do anything. Yeah.
They're also the most famous people in the world.
Yes, and nobody really seems to care. Well, no, they do kind of have a fan club because they have
They had a little kid try and murder someone. That was cool.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
In short, this review really has no logical structure because the film has no logical structure.
It was all over the place because so was the movie. And yeah, the movie's just a movie that I don't recommend.
Remember?
I highly recommend it. I think everyone needs to see this movie.
You remember the scene when they finally get on the pirate ship and Sean Astin goes down into like the captain's quarters and it's playing the mystical music and he's like, "Whoa!" It's really touching and like just feels so great.
All right, Clayton. We'll review Goonies another time.
And he goes and like lifts the eye patch. Ugh. You know, I love that. moment.
Another thing about the movie though is the prop. What is it? Just the prop usage. Is where the gun safety makes no sense. The gun usage is ridiculous. They hold guns stupidly. They actually had a bad take in here that they left in. One of the guys says like scheduling, and then he stops for a second and then says it again, and they just left it be. It's a fun movie. Just don't expect to have a good time.
Turn your brain off, take it with a grain of salt, and enjoy the stupid.
Basically.
Yeah, that's why I love this movie. And I love introducing it to people who have never heard or seen it.
I enjoyed it, and I don't regret watching it. It's just I'm not going to say it's a masterpiece, obviously.
Shall we give it our ratings, gentlemen?
Yeah.
I will start. I give this movie a 10 out of 10. So bad it's good. I fucking love it. Clayton?
3 out of 10. I liked Philip Jeffries in the movie. He was my favorite character, but there wasn't much more to be had in any department.
Eric?
I would actually go a little bit higher, Clayton, with a 4 out of 10, actually.
4.
And say that it has decent parts, but structurally it just makes no sense and doesn't hold up. And it's funny at times, but that's about it.
So you're saying it's a fun 4 out of 10.
Yeah, fun 4 out of 10.
I liked Philip Jeffries. He was nice.
You can torrent this off the internet, by the way.
Yeah, don't buy it.
Don't.
Don't
Join
buy
us-
it.
Join us on the next episode of Inner Circle, where we'll be reviewing Mortal Kombat at last, and then maybe the Goonies.
Absolutely Goonies. The Goonies never die.
Unless they're Josh Brolin.